Hi, pile number 3. If you chose this blue calcite and this oracle card, this is going to be your reading. I'm gonna give you a close-up of the card before we start. If you wanna screenshot it or scan the QR code, let me give you. Okay. So this is going to be your reading for how to exit, transform, or resolve a difficult situation that you may be finding yourself in at this moment. We are going to be looking into your oracle cards first to have a better understanding of the energy surrounding this situation. And then we're gonna jump over to the tarot for some more specific advice. So if this doesn't sound like your situation at all, maybe try a different pile. And if it resonates, don't forget to leave me a like, a comment. If you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to do so. And yeah, remember to only take messages that resonate. So starting with this oracle card, we have, I have no words for this artwork. It's just, there's so much going on here. But it's very internal energy, like self-discovery kind of energy. I don't know, let's see. It says, mindfulness. Regret lives in the past, anxiety in the future. Be mindful to live more in the here and now, for this moment is your life. The thought for the day that they suggest is, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And then the exercise says, sometimes it's difficult to keep your mind in the now when it's full with to-do lists or after a stressful day. Try not to let go. Try to let go. Try to let go and be mindful by focusing on the breath and only that. This breathing exercise will help you on your way. Yes, it makes things simpler, when we focus on our breathing, and it chemically, it does make being alive a little bit better, if you're having any trouble with being present with your anxious thoughts or whatever. Sometimes the present moment is just too much, and then we want to escape from it, but the breath keeps us grounded, so maybe that's for someone out there. So we have the dream. Yes, very dreamy energy, this one. Very dreamy. We have a loving gaze. We have joy and jubilation. We have the fates. We have my fearless freedom lights up the world. Yes, this is something that I really like, and I'm being asked to talk a little bit about that, which is, it's funny because the more that, this is something that I have experienced, that the more that I'm myself, around the world, the more that I'm confident about who I am. Even though sometimes it's uncomfortable because people look at me a lot more. Sometimes they think I'm weird, or I don't know. I mean, I attract a little bit more of attention when I'm myself. But I see that even though the ones that are like taking advantage of like feeling like laughing at me and saying like, oh, look at that weirdo. I mean, people are stupid, they do that. And it's like I am shining my light by being myself in the world, and that's making the change that I'm here to make, you know? So yeah, my fearless freedom lights up the world. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. We have koala spirit, and it says spirit has a plan. Spirit has set a plan, has a plan set, something like that. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon and Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, doesn't have to, of course. Then we have the Two of Cups. Beautiful. I wasn't expecting that. I think I'm gonna have to make some more way for your cards because you guys were very talkative with your oracles. You got more cards than everyone else. So, just give me a moment and kind of, I like to set the cards in a way that they speak to each other. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Messenger of Water. We have the Love, which is the Lover's card. Be over here. We have the Princess of Swords. She is the Page of Swords? Yes, she's the Page of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles again. Wow. We have the Two of Cups again. Oh my god. What? Wow. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. Kind of taking me back to this joy and jubilation card. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, there's so much going on here. Pile number 3. Let me get a sip of water. Wow, what is this, guys? Okay, so starting with the confirmations that we have. Two of Water is the Two of Cups. This is talking about working together. This is bringing so much sweetness into your reading. With the Messenger of Water, she's the Knight of Cups. Yeah. And but with the Princess of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles over here, this resembles so much of each other, right? It's kind of telling me that it's like a desire or a dream that you have with the Dream card, or an imagination, or an aspect of yourself that you're trying to put out into the world, but it's very initial, in a very initial stage at this moment. So it's like you're just now taking the steps to get aligned with this energy. And it's a bit, bear with me for a second. It's a very beautiful energy because it makes me want to talk about hope. It makes me want to talk about beauty, about flirtiness. Makes me want to talk about also a little bit of anxiety that maybe keeps you a little distant from this energy. But what the Spirit has a plan, and the fates here, it's really telling me that it's something so strong that it's just like, yeah, I have no doubt that I was supposed to be living this. I have no doubt that this was supposed to be in my path, because I feel so much. I think so much. I have so many thoughts about it. I have so many feelings about it. I have so many oh yeah, I got neighbors, so apartment line. But yeah, something's holding you back, and maybe you're feeling a little anxious with the Nine of Swords and the Princess of Swords. It's like maybe still looking a little bit from afar, trying to understand how you're going to make this work, how you're going to bring this connection or project to life. But it's beautiful energy. It seems like something very concrete, something that also takes evaluation of self, how we saw here in this sensation of like exploring your inner waters. We also have the moon over here, which is symbol for our emotions in our inner world. And the birds and this hot air balloon and the kite, it's all about the thoughts and also this foggy energy. So it's like taking a closer look to who you are, what you want out of this situation. How does this situation actually makes you feel joyful? How this situation makes you feel. I feel like with this Nine of Swords and this anxiety that comes, it's a little bit about that thing of butterflies in the stomach. Not too much, in a way that's, I don't feel it as like stopping you, but it's just making you a little hesitant. And that's okay. I mean, big things come with big feelings, right? And maybe you want to speak your mind about it and you don't know how. Maybe you want to say how you feel and you don't know how you feel. I'm gonna try to help you with that. And yeah, if this is about love, if this is about a relationship, this seems like something that makes you feel like this is really promising, and that it can bring you a lot of relief after the end of a tough cycle that you may have been going through the past few months, or since Cancer time, which was June and July, the end of July and June. So maybe something happened back there that has been dragging until this moment, but it's telling me that it's coming to an end. And maybe this situation that you're looking into building something new with, it's like maybe opening that door is what you need. Maybe opening that door is what it takes for you to reach that state of completion, of peace of mind. Like, I finally have what I wanted. This is totally aligned with who I am, with what I want out of relationships, with what I want out of life. And this feels very, we have the number 8 twice, also connecting these two cards together. And it talks all about fate. So you feel so strongly about it that it's like there's no way that this doesn't have like a deeper purpose to it. And I see it activating your mind. I see it activating your body. There's also some flirtiness going on here with this loving gaze. Also bringing me back to this Princess of Swords. This brings me that kind of energy. Okay, listen. Not everyone's gonna like what I'm about to say. I know, but bear with me for a second. What happens is, some people, and if this is you, I mean, let's just reconsider. Okay, can we just bear with the sirens, because city centers, and like maybe take off your headphones, because yeah, this is what we have, okay? So let's just deal with it and make do with what we have. So these two guys are bringing me this. Some people, and if that's you, please reconsider. Some people are too afraid to approach what they want. And for example, let's say it's a person. The dynamic that I saw was between two people. And then they're like together over here looking at the same thing. And they're like, they don't look at each other. They look like straight front. They don't look at each other. But when one person walks away or turns around, this person automatically looks at them. And like, I don't know if you're this person or this person. I don't know if you're the one that walks away or the one that looks over, or if you're both of them. But like, this kind of dynamic says like, clearly there's some interest here, but also clearly there's some fear that is not letting this beautiful thing, whatever this is, happen. And I feel it's like these two energies. And the Nine of Swords, yes. It's kind of like, because this has so much potential that I feel like these are the only things holding this thing back. But let's see more with the tarot. Could be dealing with the Gemini. Doesn't have to, it's just energy. Okay. Pile number 3. How can we advise pile number 3 for the situation that they're going through? How to advise their trouble at the moment that they find this message? What are their strengths? What should they be aware of? Can we get some guidance for them, please? Oh yes, we're gonna have cars, sirens, neighbors, and all of the other things that are present in urban life. I usually record in like in the middle of the night because it's the only moment when I get silence here, but I can't always do that, and sometimes I stretch into the mornings. And hey, if you're here for the message, I mean, I don't think that's gonna matter that much. So how can we advise pile number 3? One more and then we're set. Please, in a way that helps them with their current trouble, with their current difficult situation, in the moment that they find this message. How can we advise them? What are their strengths? Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the 2 of Wands, the Devil, the 9 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Swords again. Maybe you could benefit from pile number 2 because they got the Devil in the same position. They also got the 8 of Pentacles and the Sun. Okay, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or be Capricorn. You could be or be dealing with a Leo. This is only energy, so don't just take it as it resonates. But what they're telling me is you could start by resolving whatever is holding you back, this anxiety, probably related to communication and emotional communication. It's making you anxious. You want to bring something to light, you want to work on something, and that's amazing. But there's some fear in the middle here. There's something. We're going to clarify this, Devil, afterwards, maybe in a little bit. But what I'm getting here is, yes, being casual is fun, it's nice, but that wears off after sometimes, after like a few moments. I mean, I guess what they're trying to say is, if you really have emotion, if this emotional communication is true, if what you hold for this situation, whatever it is, makes you feel good, rely on that to face these fears, because you're being asked to bring whatever is holding you back with anxiety. Why are you anxious? What's making you anxious? We can also clarify that later. But for now, what I see is you could take a lot of benefit from looking into these things. Don't rush. It's okay. Take your time. But work on it. Maybe if you wanna Google or search on your preferred social media the term shadow work. That could be very helpful for this situation. And yeah, what shadow work is, like, very simply put, is bringing light into the darkness. What does that mean? Light is consciousness. Darkness is unconsciousness. It's what is unseen, what we do without realizing, or blind spots, or fears, the things that we demonize, the people that we demonize. Why do we demonize them? Why do we villainize them? And these are all in our shadow, because we're running from these things. We are trying to protect ourselves from these things, and most of the time we don't know that we're doing this. Okay? So when we bring the consciousness into these things, why do I do this? Why? How am I doing this? How am I affecting myself and others around me with this particular pattern or thought that's making me so anxious? And if you have people connected to you through emotion, through care, through, even if it's work, people can feel it. Animals can feel it if you're anxious, you know? Like, everything around you can feel it, but we're not getting into that. I feel some skeptic energy here too, so let's just stay simple. Okay, I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna ask for, what does file number 3 need to be careful with? What do they need to be aware of? And what maybe challenge or warning to help with this situation that they're in? Okay, first of all, what I'm getting from this is, don't try to do everything all by yourself. You don't have to know everything. Rely on people that could have any sort of information that could help you. For example, as you're doing here, I guess you're opening up for the messages that the cards and spirit and I could bring to you through this video. But also with people around you, with your connections. Like, don't forget to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Be aware. I'm being guided to put these back because they're not really speaking to me. But just in case this is your story, I'm gonna just read the cards as if I'm feeling them, but I'm not. This 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles after the 9 of Pentacles, it's telling me pretty much, like, if you hold on to your independence, if you hold on to this pattern of doing everything by yourself, where is this going to take you? If you want, like, a life where you can rely on other people, where you connect to people that make you feel stable with equal give and take, stable energy, self-care, and care for each other, it's you can't just pretend to the world that you do everything by yourself and it's fine, because it's not. You're telling me it's not. Also, if this is a connection that we're talking about, we have many clues that it could be. It's like, rely on your person, rely on whoever it is, because people around us, even if it's a roommate's connection, you know, like whatever it is, people always have something to teach us. Every single person that's around us, every single one of them has something to teach us, if we just know how to look for it, you know. So what do they have to be careful with? Be aware of. I'm seeing some of you don't want to be a burden. So for people pleasing, reasons, you're not asking for help, you're not connecting. I don't want to connect because I'm going to be a burden. I don't want to connect because, well, maybe these people don't have the time for me. Maybe what I have to bring is not enough. Maybe I don't know what you went through, but this connection, whether it is in connection with someone that's incarnated or someone that's spiritually guiding you through this human experience, let's just put it that way. Love, unconditional love, stays when you're going through hardship. That doesn't mean that people that love you don't have boundaries. That's not what I'm saying. Boundaries are a crucial part of self-love, self-care, and healthy relationships. Please don't forget that. But what I'm saying is, if I'm genuinely asking for help and I'm not hurting the person that I'm asking for help, if I'm not hurting them, and if they love me, why wouldn't they stay? I mean, some of them have reasons, but what I'm getting here is that you have help available around you. You have people that care for you. They tell you this, or you just feel that you can count on them to help you. But you gotta ask for help. And maybe this, like when we ask for help, we could actually bond with the people that we want to bond with. So like, hey, could you help me with maybe shadow work? Could you help me with these anxieties that I'm feeling? Or like, I can't just like move on from something that happened in the past. I don't know, I'm just giving you examples. It's maybe this could be like the excuse this relationship needs to get together, you know? What else here? Yes, it's talking about an ending. What do they have to be careful with? Ego, it's talking about ego. How am I perceived? How do I want to be perceived? It's telling me you want to be perceived as relaxed, as I have everything under control. And do you? Is this alignment? Are you aligned when you say that? Because if you're feeling like this, and you're showing this to the world, I mean, you're not aligned. I'm sorry to tell you. You don't have to just dump your emotions on every single person that comes your way, but ask for help. Like, vulnerability is a shield because it shows our humanness, you know? So share how you're feeling. Don't just pretend that everything's fine when it's not, you know? And if you do your best to communicate this without hurting anyone, if you do your best to communicate in a clear way, so that these people understand that you're not just taking advantage of what they have to give. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're going to a tarot card reader friend, and then you're like, you're just there because of the tool that they have. I mean, this is not really fair, you know? This is not really fair because it's like you're disrespecting yourself and the person with that. Because if you trust them, you trust them, and then tell them that. Tell them, I trust you. This is why I came for you, because you have a way of speaking to me, because I feel like what you have to offer is of value to me, not just because you have this tool of speaking with the divine. Let them know why you're here. Because it's not nice to have someone approach you only when they need something, you know? But if they need you, if a friend needs you, and you know that they truly care about you, you're not going to hesitate on helping them, is what I'm feeling. Okay. Give me an overall card for this situation, if you will. I saw 333 on the timer, so this could be confirmation for someone. Give me an overall energy for this. We got the Queen of Wands again. Give me something more. Clarify this. I don't know if I said this already, and I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. We got the Four of Wands again. So I feel like this is definitely about a connection. Yes, a romantic connection for some. But if this is not a romantic connection, it is a connection that is very romanticized in a way of maybe there's so many expectations for this or whatever it is. But what it's showing me is you feeling a lot for this situation. Maybe you feel, again, with your body and with your emotions, and you think about it all the time. But you're having some cognitive dissonance, which is a fancy term, real term, and somewhere around there, I forgot the name of the field in English, but you're having this cognitive dissonance, which is a fancy term for misalignment. So you want something, but you're putting into the world an energy that doesn't match that, you know? So in terms of manifestation, because this card talks to me a lot about manifestation too. In terms of manifestation, what you're telling the universe is this: universe, I have these fears. They're stopping me from connecting. They're keeping me from what I want to do. It's making me anxious. It's an obstacle. But I'm fine. I'm okay. Because this is what you're telling the world. I don't need any help. I'm good. I'm just good. Are you? Or are you just trying to protect your vulnerability? Well, let me tell you what. With people that are careful, people that care for you and for your emotions, you don't have to defend yourself in your most vulnerable states. You shouldn't have to defend yourself from connections that you're supposed to trust. Like, these are the people that you should reach out when you need the help. Why are you protecting yourself from them? Because they're harmful, or because you're protecting yourself as a matter of habit? As a matter of habit, showing the world that you're just fine. You're just fine. You know? That's the cognitive dissonance. Your mind says something, like one part of you says something, the other part of you says something else. And then when you try to put these pieces together, they just don't go together. It makes you anxious, makes you paralyzed. Okay? So let's be careful with that. What can we tell pile number 3 about this devil card, so we can bring some illumination on the matter? Can you please clarify the devil for pile number 3? What is this that they have to take a look at? We have the Hierophant, which talks about, in this case, it's talking to me about sticking to some ways of doing things that maybe are outdated. For example, you have this connection and you're closing yourself to it. Or you have this opportunity and you're closing yourself to it. Because you're committed to the idea that you have to be mysterious, or that you have to be closed off, that you have to protect yourself, showing that you got everything together when you in fact don't. So this kind of compromise has to be revisited, okay? So please clarify the devil. We got the Page of Pentacles again. We got the Nine of Pentacles again. Six of Swords, Page of Cups, Two of Wands. Can I get one more? It's confirming to me that you're trying to become stable on your own. You're trying to just move on and just grow up, whatever it is. Can I get one more, please? For this devil, clarify this devil. Six of Wands again. It's about ego. It's about showing the world that you have it all together. That you're just looking ahead. That you're just moving on. Can you give me another one? The Ace of Pentacles wanted to show its face again, confirming. Can you give me one more? This is about giving your emotions a safe space to be processed. So like, how can you find peace to know that it's okay to feel whatever it is that you're feeling and you're gonna get through it? How can you get that place? How can you make that place happen? Where can you find it? What is the connection? What is the person around you that has those traits? That's gonna look at your feelings. Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe also if you need therapy, I have a friend and I have her contact on the description box. So if you're in need of therapy, she's an amazing listener. She's an amazing Queen of Cups, which is the kind of energy that I'm seeing here that you may be in need of. Maybe you just need some soft place to fall, you know? Can I get one more? I just wanted a major arcana for this. I'm not getting it. Yeah, the Emperor. So it's confirming with the Four of Pentacles again. Confirming that this is a control issue, okay? So in order to control your emotions, the way that people see you, maybe your reputation, control the relationships around you. I mean, do you really want to control your relationships? We don't want to control people. We want to have people be their best selves and react like their truest selves. We want to give them the best, the most freedom that we can, so they can be the most authentic with themselves and us with ourselves, so we can actually know for sure if this is a good relationship to keep. Because if it's not, it's gonna fall apart. And it's supposed to. Relationships that don't give us safety, emotional embracement. Is this safe for you? This usually causes the fear that you're so trying to avoid either facing or showing off to the world, but it's just giving you so much anxiety because you're used to dealing with people that look at you for what you're feeling and blame you and tell you this is your fault because of what you're feeling. That's not kind. That's not embracing. That's not loving. If you want to be kind, if you want to be loving, you take this person's hand, even if it's your own hand. You take it, you take it and you embrace it and you say, it's okay, let's deal with this. Or let's just see this. Let's just sit with it for a second. To maybe later decide what we want to do about it. Let's feel it for a bit. Instead of trying to control the outcome. Like, no, I can't show my fear. I can't show my weakness. I can't show my emotions because then they're gonna judge me for it, or they're gonna take advantage of it, or like, well, great, let them. Because that's gonna show you who they are. That's gonna show you who you're dealing with. and if you really want to be with them, you know? I want to ask specifically, think about this person that you want to open up to. If you have someone incarnated, if you're thinking about opening up to spirituality, that's a certain yes. The question that I'm about to ask is, can pile number 3 trust the person that they want to connect to? And if you're going for spirituality, if you're going for your guides, that's a yes, because our guides work with unconditional love. They love us no matter what. So, what is the level of support that pile number 3 has in the material world, in the 3D world? I see that you have some people that will probably speak without thinking too much. Maybe they don't consider too much the words that they use, so that they can use, so then they use sharp words or something. What about them? Okay, so in this case, it's better to find the support that you want in yourself. Because if you're going to have to be stepping on eggshells to talk to someone that we're supposed to give you, like, you need your energy now. You can't just put your energy onto people that don't know how to speak to you in a kind way, which is basic. I mean, you can't just, you're not expected to open up to people that speak to you in that way, that are going to look at your problem and say, oh, that's bullshit. Oh, I mean, that's don't be silly. This is, you're making a storm out of nothing or something. Like, this is not kind. This is not embracing. This is really not the kind of company that you want to put your problems onto. I mean, you want to share it with someone that gives you comfort, that makes you feel like peace, that it's okay to be yourself, that it's okay to make mistakes, you know? So, show me. You could be dealing with a Cancer, an Aries, a Virgo. Cancer, Aries, Virgo. Doesn't have to, this is only energy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you look around, yes, if you look around and if you stop hiding, you can find someone that can help you with that. Okay, pile number 3, I'm just gonna stop right there because there's an ambulance coming, and if I helped you, please interact with my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.